Hi guys, Shantae here. I have been afraid and holding myself back and resisting making this video because of fear of judgment and of people saying things and what it'll look like and what that means about me and if we're failures or just all of this internal noise. And at the same time, anytime I get silent and quiet and in meditation and or writing or any of that, then I just feel really excited and it feels like the next right move and a very connective, creative response to a problem and a chance for me to, I don't know, just dig in deeper and trust that that feeling, that joyful feeling is leading me in the right direction. To keep doing what I want to be doing, which is ultimately just making the world a better place and making you feel more normal and like things are possible and like you're worthy and you're deserving and hopefully giving you permission to just be you without fear of what that'll mean for anybody else, because that doesn't matter. So this is our GoFundMe campaign, and I originally thought it was just for Nick's paternity leave, because he has been running on empty for a very long time. And then I was writing in my journal, which is my version of prayer, and asking for someone to help me feel brave. And then I got a message from someone who I didn't even know, just thanking me for sharing what I was sharing and that it made them feel brave. And so I went through, and what I did was counted, and between when Fourth was born and now, the last 3 weeks, I have received 213 messages, most of them from people I don't know. So thank you. Thank you for being here. There's a million people you could follow on social media and a million accounts you could check every day, and I know it's weird reaching out to somebody you don't know and connecting, and because I've done it. But thank you, because I can't put into words how much I've needed it, and it's sustained me, and words of affirmation is one of my love languages. So I will be having a hard day, and to open a message of somebody saying that I made them feel better in any sort of way has been life-saving. So a GoFundMe is for Nick's paternity leave and for our family's EDS healing journey. So I've had a lot of questions about, I'm just assuming that you came here because you already know my story. If you didn't, you can find me on social media, or I will write about it and I'm sure record another video. But a lot of people have been asking me how Body is doing. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 3. It's a hypermobility disorder. I'm 3 weeks postpartum. There was just this last week an episode on Grey's Anatomy about a mother with EDS. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't really have a response to it, but you can go find out about it there. But basically, pregnancy and EDS already comes with a lot of really bizarre complications. So it's all the glue holding me together is extra stretchy. So there's like dislocations and fatigue, just my body working harder to hold everything together. Chronic pain, even the tissue, like my skin to my muscles, is affected. And just weird things. And then pregnant, you produce relaxin that makes you extra stretchy, so I essentially turn into Gumby. And the last week of my pregnancy, I wasn't on social media much because it was brutal. Like, I was not in a good place. And I was able to get myself in a good place, and labor went really, really well. But postpartum, already the first week, I had to essentially relearn how to walk. My legs couldn't hear my brain telling them to like lift and move, and I could like shuffle around, but Nick had to come up behind me and lift my legs to go up the stairs. And it's been intense, and it's been really painful, admittedly. I don't ever own that much. I kind of just like, because it's my normal right now. I refuse to believe it'll always be my normal, because I didn't used to feel this way. And a lot of you guys have been asking, and I was doing really well. We had family and people here for about 2 months staying with us, and then they left on Monday, last Monday, our family did, which was good. We needed our space back, we needed our home back. Nick and I had gotten really disconnected, and we got to a not great space, and so we just needed our house back to even be able to process, and we're doing good now. But Nick went back to work because we made a job switch and moved and blew out our savings in the process, and a job switch meant he was only able to build up, and the company actually did him a big favor, giving him the opportunity to like build up vacation time before he was really eligible to do it. And he only was able to build up a week of vacation time to stay home postpartum, and then we had family here for a week after, and then he went back to work last week. And body has declined pretty quickly. And we are not yet at a point of crisis, but I know if we don't change something significantly, we will be. And it's really hard to say that just physically I'm not currently at a place where I'm able to really care for both of our kids by myself without it being a major detriment to my body, which is ultimately a major sacrifice for my family. So, yeah, like the 2 under 2, my weight limit, I shouldn't be bending over, and my weight limit is 10 pounds to be able to pick up, so just that alone, without getting into any of the other weird stuff, like my ribs keep dislocating, without getting into any of that, being home with an 18-month-old and a 3-week-old, it's not physically possible to not do that. And yeah, it's been really hard on my body just in the last week. And so his GoFundMe is to bring Nick home for the next kind of minimum 6 weeks, but 6 to 8 weeks from his job. And it will also help cover our medical bills, and to bring Nick home from work because he took that week off. But part of the thing is covering our medical bills because we have insurance through Nick's work, which already we pay more than double for me for. And then it doesn't cover chiropractic, physical therapy, or mental health care, which is essentially the things that I need. So I should already be in physical therapy, and I'm not because a physical therapy appointment not with insurance, and the level of like physical therapist and the kind of specialist I need to see is $200 an hour. I have yet to even look into counseling to help me process through all of this, just because we're still paying off the counseling bill from back in Idaho Falls, where we didn't have insurance for a month when we made the job switch. And then chiropractic care. I found a really, really amazing chiropractor who's helping me a whole lot. But just it's just, you know, like it adds up really quickly. So, this is to get Nick home, and part of this is that I really love getting to create content and love getting to do this and do what I do, and I also realize that unless we make a big shift, not only are we going to be in crisis, but like I can't do this and try and even like maintain my life. And I really want to be. I want to be doing regular videos. Nick and I have a course already all mapped out. Nick wants to do some really, really incredible work with like being a support system for dads and educating and empowering them in the space of pregnancy and birth so that other dads can have the insane experiences that he's had in terms of connecting. And we brought our kids in to this world. Like, he was not a support system in terms of sitting there and holding my hand. He physically was fully involved as much as anybody could be. And the experience and what we've gained out of it, and for other people to get to have that and to hear him talk about it, like late at night, he's talking about that he looked at website names and there's always been this idea in our head that we would do this full time, that we would just create content and free videos and then have our course. And I continue doing my self-love and weight loss and fitness challenges, and then I'm doing one-on-one spiritual coaching. That's another way you can help us, by the way. It's not just this. It's not just the GoFundMe, which in the different donation amounts are things that you get in return. So there's classes, there's a meditation class, there's a manifesting class, there's a few sessions up for grab. There's a limit on those because I can't go cray on sessions. There's sessions up for grabs. There also, you can join my self-love and wellness challenge. For me, it's going to be a weight loss and a fitness and just challenge. You don't have to need to lose weight, even if you want to like gain weight or maintain or whatever. It's a lot of what I'm going to be talking about, but it's just getting yourself to feeling really confident and happy and really healthy and good in your body and feeling energized and feeling like yourself, especially if you don't know who yourself is. That was me when I started this, guys. Like, I didn't know who the hell I was. I didn't know what I wanted. All I knew is what I didn't want, and then I wasn't happy, and I kept doing what everybody told me was going to make me happy, and it wasn't working, and it's because I had to work internally. And that's what I want to do. And so you can also join the self-love challenge, or I'm taking one-on-one spiritual clients starting in June. The self-love challenge starts in May. I'm also doing a coach mentorship. Yes, I am still a Beachbody coach. Yes, I've been a coach for 4.5 years. I left my corporate job with coaching. So I'm also going to be doing new coach mentorships. And then we've got this GoFundMe. I also put together, people were asking for baby registry. I haven't like shown forth online, or even you see me breastfeeding constantly. But we put together a baby registry. There's one on Etsy that's like fun stuff, and then another one on Amazon that's a lot of really rational, logical stuff. Like, we just realized last night that we are basically out of wipes, and we spent our budget at Costco on diapers. So we're kind of like, well, shit. Another way is there's Patreon. Patreon is an online way that you can support artists, so specifically supporting us making free content, and you can pledge a certain amount a month, starting at $1 a month, and then you get like exclusive content. And mostly it's a way that I was going through and checking those 213 messages that made me feel brave. And I just thought about, like, okay, so if 213 people who are sending me messages saying that they're checking my feed and that I'm helping them, and if they were just able to send $10, that gets Nick home for like 2 weeks, a week and a half, and that gets us $2,130, and that pays our rent and our internet bill for next month. And how any tiny bit helps, and I'm not helping anybody by staying small and quiet and not being open and not asking for help, because it just puts me stuck in a situation where I can't do this anymore, and then I just spiral out, and then my family spirals out, and then everybody spirals out, and then I'm like panicking, asking for help when I'm in crisis, because I've done that before, because I've been in crisis before, and I don't want to be in crisis anymore. And none of you guys have to be in crisis anymore either. We're not meant to suffer. We're not here to suffer. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice, says the wise Buddha. So yeah, I'm just getting creative. And lastly, I know this is for my peeps, but if you could, if you've been connected with or touched by Nick or supported or helped by him at all, if you could send him a message just letting him know, because I get messages all the time and he doesn't, just because he's not as much the face, but he, I know, is a big thing in terms of helping and supporting everybody too. So, yeah, and it's Monday. It's Monday at, holy shit, 1:11 right now. It's Monday at 1:11, and we have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. We need to take Forth in to get his hearing test, and I can barely get myself out of the house by myself. I can't, like, I'm physically incapable of taking both kids out of the house, and so I'm asking so humbly and graciously that we make a little bit of movement on this today so that I can show it to Nick in terms of a good faith for him to stay home tomorrow and be able to go to this appointment with us and hopefully have this catch some traction and to just, yeah, keep sharing and see where it goes. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for picking me and supporting me, and whether you've sent me a message or it's a comment or it's a like or you're just silently following and sending energy, thank you. And to all of my clients, you're amazing, and anybody who's asked me to and trusted me in their space with energy work, and just like, I don't have words. So thank you, and thank you for continuing to allow me to get to do this for work, for like my life's work. I love you guys. Let's do this.